You can sit in a dark room and scroll through social media for 3 hours straight without blinking. You can play video games until the sun comes up. But the moment you sit down to read a book, work on a business idea, or tackle a complex engineering problem, 30 minutes feels like absolute torture. You aren't lazy. You logically know that building your future will bring you a better life than staring at a screen. But you still reach for the phone. Why? The answer isn't a lack of discipline. It's a chemical hijacking. And today, on Speedlegent, we are going to take your brain back. To understand why hard work feels impossible, we have to talk about dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure molecule. It's not. Dopamine is the desire molecule. It is the invisible engine that gives you the motivation to get up and do anything. To show you how powerful this is, let me tell you a story about some rats. Neuroscientists ran an experiment. They attached a lever to a rat's cage that, when pulled, stimulated the dopamine center in the rat's brain. The result? The rat pulled the lever. Again and again. It stopped sleeping. It stopped eating. It would pull that lever until it collapsed from exhaustion. Then, the scientists reversed it. They blocked the dopamine. The rat lost its will to live. It wouldn't even walk across the cage to drink water. It just sat there, completely lethargic. We are those rats, and our modern world is the lever. Your brain prioritizes your life based on how much dopamine it expects to get. And right now, we are flooding our brains with massive, unnatural waves of it. Every notification, every TikTok, every video game victory. It's a massive dopamine hit. You are constantly anticipating a reward. But here is where the trap closes. Homeostasis. Your body is designed to stay in balance. When it gets cold, you shiver to warm up. When you consume too much caffeine, your body builds a tolerance, so you need more cups to feel awake. The exact same thing happens with dopamine. Your brain gets used to these massive digital highs, and it builds a tolerance. This becomes your new normal. Because your tolerance is incredibly high, normal, quiet activities, like studying, editing a video, or planning your future, suddenly feel unbearably boring. They simply don't produce enough dopamine to register in your overstimulated brain. You haven't lost your drive. You've just numbed your receptors. So, how do we fix it? We starve the addiction. We do a dopamine detox. Think about it like this. If you eat at a 5-star luxury restaurant every single night, a bowl of plain white rice is going to taste terrible. But if you are stranded on an island for 3 days, that plain bowl of rice is going to taste like a masterpiece. A dopamine detox makes the boring things desirable again. Here is how you execute it. Pick one day. For 24 hours, you cut off the external noise. No social media, no video games, no junk food, no internet. You embrace boredom. You let yourself sit in the quiet. You can go for a walk. You can write on a physical piece of paper. You can be alone with your thoughts. Yes, it is radical. But if you want a radical change in your focus, you have to take radical action. Let your receptors heal. Now, you don't have to live in a cave forever. Once you've reset your baseline, you need a system to protect it. Here is the rule you must adopt. High dopamine is the reward, never the starting point. If you want to scroll the internet, watch a movie, or play a game, fine. But you have to buy that time with low dopamine work first. Spend 2 hours working on your business, finishing an assignment, or going to the gym. Once the difficult work is done, you reward yourself with 30 minutes of screen time at the end of the day. If you eat dessert before dinner, you ruin your appetite. If you consume cheap dopamine before your work, you ruin your ambition. We are all addicted to dopamine. It is the fuel of human progress. But it is entirely up to you where you get it from. Are you going to get it from a screen that gives you nothing in return? Or are you going to get it from building a life that you are actually proud of? The choice is yours. If this video shifted your perspective today, leave a like below. It genuinely helps the channel reach more people who need to hear this message. Subscribe if you want to keep leveling up your mindset. Until next time, keep building.